Hey everybody, got a package in the mail. Actually, I got two. I am so freaking excited to show this to you. I'm doing something new today. I'm using my iPhone. I got the 11 Pro. Oh yeah, all that YouTube cash. Or it's more like my last iPhone was an iPhone 7 Plus, and I was like 5 generations behind. It was time to upgrade, but I'm hoping to use it because it's got the 3 lenses on it and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I do have my camera, but it's packed away, and I wanted to just do a quick shot there, stick it, inside my mailbox and tell a little bit of a story here. So I got my stuff here. Had to just check that real quick. My friends, this is something that has been like 2 years in the making. And I'm really excited to share it with you. The long and short of it, which, maybe you saw from the thumbnail of this video, is I got a new logo, and we're launching some merch. I don't know why, I was thinking this would be much more elaborate of a setup, but my original logo was me using a editing tool called GIMP, which is open source, online, freely available, stuff like that. Like finding a vector file of a football / soccer ball and like putting some text over it and just rolling with it. Rolling. It was a joke. But I've always wanted to have a new logo, but I had to get to the point where I could afford to get a new logo and have a designer do it, to where like the file I have now for my current logo, it, like, if you stretch it out, it gets pixelated. Not so good if you are a aspiring logo creator. So I know I needed to work with a designer. So I worked with a guy, Brian, at D20 Monkey. He does a webcomic on D&D. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna put the link in the description. But he's done a great job. I have used the folks on Patreon. I haven't used them. I've collaborated with them. Essentially had the idea, went back and forth with Brian to design it, and then pitched the various ideas to the folks on Patreon and got some feedback. And then at the end of the day, I had to make a decision. So we've made that decision, and I'm excited to show it off to you. So I'm gonna use my Swiss Army knife that my dad gave me when I was in 2nd grade. It was like, welcome to being a man, kind of. But means a lot to me. So let's freaking do it. This is awesome. This is why the videos have been delayed recently. Sorry about that. Because I wanted to do something creative. I'm trying to stretch my creative muscles, and the transfer window and all that kind of stuff in the series. But anyway, does that help us out? It does help us out if you cut both seams, my friends. I'm so nervous. Oh, it looks good! There we go, my friends. Hopefully you can see that. I'm doing it on my phone, so I can't see what you can see. I'm gonna probably have to see it in the edit, and maybe I just take a picture and put it in here if you can't see it. But there's the logo. Oh, okay. I didn't know this. That's kind of hilarious. I wonder if I did something wrong with the file. That's probably user area, but I kind of like it because there's the hello, my friends, here. And it's also up here. I'm not sure why it's also up here. Let me know your thoughts on that if you like it or not. I can always change it and put it back in the store. I wanted to say hello, my friends, a lot. That's kind of hilarious. It's a, I don't know if you could tell, it's a grayish color. The logo, you got the gray hair, you got the facial hair going on here, you got the GHG underneath. But with Teespring, which is where I'm going to have all my merch, you can get this in pretty much any color that you like. You can get, what I tried to do with all the color options, and the only thing is it is white here on the handle. So they're obviously, they're screening or something the color on and around it, but not on the handle. So just as a heads up, and not on the bottom. But I tried to pick the colors where the black text looked good with it. And for the places where that didn't look good, I used white. I edited the file because I have like the Illustrator file, so I can do that and put in the white. I made the text white, and apparently this, we'll have to see, this text white and this text white, to where I can then give it in colors where it makes sense. Like if you have like a, I don't know, maybe you want a dark brown mug for your dark brown tea. Putting black text on that, not going to look so good, not going to be readable. So it's got white text. So I'm really excited about that. That's phase one, my friends. Oh, I'm excited. It's one of those things where it's like, it's been 2 years that I've been working on this. Man, that's exciting. I'm afraid I'm going to cut this. This is a shirt. I'm going to, spoiler alert this. Came pretty close. Didn't cut it. So we'll have to see here. Ooh, and I'm going to walk you through the options. At some point, I'm going to go like this, and we're going to snap. Not yet. Don't, just hold on. And then we're going to go to classic green screen, me in the corner type video. Because Teespring has all kinds of options from a shirt perspective. Oh boy, I don't know if you can see that, but okay. It's got the logo up there, screened on there, and then on the back, that's a pretty nice size. Hello, my friends. Let's take a look at it here, shall we? Just 1 second. All right, so I just threw it on over my other shirt. So it's got the logo there. You get the hello, my friends on the back. I guess I could turn it all the way around for you, you know? Like, but the camera's mounted. I don't know. I'm gonna have to squat here. Can you see it? Can you see? Okay. So same thing with this. I'm really big on quality. Like they have a much cheaper shirt from like the quality of the shirt. It costs less. But if I'm gonna associate my brand with something, I want to associate it with high quality. So let's hop over, and I'm gonna pop down into the bottom portion of the screen here so that you can see all the options. I want to show it to you on the website. I'm very befuddled by this. It must have been something with the image file, but I because it's kind of glitchy, I think it's kind of hilarious. But I do want to know your thoughts on this. So let's cut to looking at the website.
All right, my friends, here we are. Sorry about the change. It's actually the next day because I probably shouldn't put this on this video, but I'm going to because you know me and that's why you're here. So I took the footage off of me old iPhone and imported it into Premiere Pro, which is the software I use to edit my videos, and it wouldn't work. I got it working because you see that you know what I'm saying, like the video you just that part. When I first imported it into Premiere Pro, like if I had a 10-second clip, it would show the first 5 seconds correctly. And then the audio for the 6 through 10 seconds would play, but it would repeat the first 5 seconds of the video on every clip. Thank you, Premiere Pro. I'm really glad I pay lots of money for technology like an iPhone and Premiere Pro, and it doesn't work. But I was able to get, there's a tool called Handbrake if you are into video editing, that I was able to kind of like re-render it into a separate file and then use that. So we got it working. We got it working. Finally. All right, my friends. I know that's random, but you're used to randomness, I think, on my channel. If you're this far into this video, you're aware. So this is what the store looks like. I'm kind of in the way, but that's okay, because you can just scroll down here. So this looks like a lot of gray. It's the theme around here, you could say. But as I was saying, it's not just a gray color. Okay, so you can get. I tried to pick out colors that I thought would, fit with black text. Now apparently this is what I'm confused about. You see this? There's no text up here. It must have been something when, like, they've got an editor where you can edit and the text, and it must have, maybe it was user error. Maybe I hit text twice and moved it up here, but apparently it was off the screen and they've just added it to the top of the mug. That, in case you forgot. But you know what? Unless I get a lot of feedback from you, and again, very seriously, would love to hear from you in the comments, I can change it. Now, what's going to be interesting, will it happen on the other mugs? No one knows. No one knows. But it's not happening on the t-shirts, so I think it's just this mug. But I tried to pick the options, right? You can, if you prefer, again, I know I said dark brown, but it looks like it could work there. That's a little dark, but it's still visible. You want a pink gray hair gaming mug? Go right ahead, And then the same logo is used across I just thought this was awesome. I don't expect to sell any indoor pillows. Okay, it's like, I don't know. You can get 16 by 16, 18 by. If you want a 20 by 20 inch, what is that, like that big logo? You go right ahead, knock yourself out. And then it's the women's comfort tee. So essentially, Teespring gives you a ton of options from a t-shirt standpoint. Again, I want to do the higher quality. Like, I want my t-shirts when I wear them to like feel kind of nice, right? Like I was reaching for it, but it's too far. So this is going really well. I want it to feel nice versus like, I don't know if it's like Hanes, but I've gotten those shirts before where it's like screen printed on and it feels like the screen print feels like cardboard. I'm going to go get the shirt. Yeah. As you do. So this actually has, it's kind of got a nice feel to it. From like a texture of the shirt. Like, I want people, if you go out of your way to buy a shirt, I want you to enjoy wearing it. You know, the screen print, I would say, is pretty good. It could be that the texture is a little different. Like, you know, this is something where they're doing it automatically via the internet, but it's got like, it doesn't look blurry or anything like that. I like it. I like it. So, those are your options there. Again, same thing on the shirts, right? You got different color options and whatever. And then if you go to like the white text, Gray Hair Gaming, you got some other different options. Same thing on the shirts. Okay. And it's small to, or extra small to, why is the extra small at the bottom? Come on, get it together, Teespring. To 3XL on the men's side, on the ladies, extra small to 4XL. And then, like I said, 16 by 16 all the way to 20 by 20 on the pillows, which it was just one of those things where I was like, I think that's hilarious, so I'm going to put it on there. All that to say, my friends, I'm going to put the link to the store in the description. You might be wondering, why are you doing this? And I'm saying a lot, but it is what it is. It's the next morning. Let me move my cursor because that's distracting. So my goal for this year in 2020 is to net $12,000 in income from my business. Last year, with my wife and I selling like technology stuff online, like reselling, eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, stuff like that, we made about $4,000. And the obviously the channel stuff, right? Patreon, a huge part of that, a massively huge part of that. But this year we need to get her up to 4 work credits with, maintaining her eligibility for Social Security disability insurance in the United States, which we don't use and we hope we never have to use, but we want to make sure we have coverage. And essentially you have to earn for about $6,000. Okay. And so that's what we're trying to do. I'm working with her to launch a business underneath kind of the GHG umbrella. So we're working on that. All that to say, I'm not expecting to make $12,000 off of merchandise, right? But what I wanted to do was to get away from the old logo that I couldn't use on merch because I didn't do it correctly because I'm not a designer, right? It all pixelated and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to be able to update my brand a little bit, go ahead and get some merch out there, because this is something that like I could do this once and like someone could buy a mug, at next Christmas, right? And work on having that, that another revenue stream, essentially. So my goal for this, it's not just this, like, hey, this video and this launch. To be completely straight with you, the logo cost me $250. So that's my goal. It cost me $200, and then buying the shirt and the mug, maybe it wasn't a full $50, but with shipping and all that kind of stuff, it was like, I don't know, $238. It was $38, and then add that onto the $200 I spent with the logo. But the logo, I plan to use it for many, many years, and I'm gonna update my thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a, hey, we're going slightly more professional by having a merch store and a new logo and all that kind of stuff. So all that to say, this is now live. The link is in the description. If you are a patron, I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning. If you are a patron of mine, as of the morning this video has gone out, you have gotten a message from me with a Patreon discount. I'm essentially giving it to folks that have been patrons, right? So if you were a January patron and this is February and your pledge went through, you're going to get a 10% discount for being a patron as a way of me saying thanks. If you join Patreon this month because you're like, hey, I'm going to buy a shirt, but I want to get a discount. I kind of have to wait until the end of the month when all the pledges process, because there's two ways to do Patreon. It's like all at the end of the month or as soon as somebody pledges. So mine are all at the end of the month. So I'm trying to honor the people that have been supporting me for quite some time, and even some of the new folks. So they're going to get a 10% discount. I've sent a message to every patron as of right now as to what that looks like and what the code is. I ask you to keep that to yourselves, obviously. But if you're interested in supporting the channel, I make about $5 or $6 on an item is the idea. And that's why I can't offer really more of a discount, because there's a cost level, like the cost of the item. You know, if I offer a discount, it's like, it doesn't make sense to me if you buy a shirt for $21 and I make $1 or whatever it is, right? That's not, I don't think that's a fair ratio. So as a content creator, that's what I'm trying to do. So like, if we sold like 20 items this month, I'd be absolutely blown away. So maybe you'll surprise me. Again, my goal is to at least recoup the costs that I paid last year for the logo. If we could get to 250, that'd be incredible. But the overarching goal with my channel and my business and the business we're launching for my wife is to kind of cover her not being an employee somewhere, right? She is a stay-at-home mom. So we're trying to generate that income for the reasons I mentioned earlier. So this has probably gone a little bit longer than you were expecting, but I'm really excited about it. This has been something that I've been thinking about for like literally 2 years. And now we finally have formed a company in the United States, right? Like, we are official on that standpoint. We got a business bank account. We got a new logo. We got a store. And what this is also going to allow me to do as I continue to ramble, thanks for watching, it's like, if we do something like with Eringo Bra, and lots of people are like, man, Frank the Tank, like, I could hire somebody, or, you know, one of you could come up with a design that we throw up about Frank the Tank, right? Those types of cool things could happen in the future. So this is a long launch announcement. Again, the link is going to be in the description below, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.